Hey, welcome back to the Gribble Handyman. Uh, my name is Eddie, and we just got through the weekend, Easter weekend. It was, it's the holidays are hard for me, and hard for my wife. Um, when you have to deal with loss. I mean, you try to move on, move forward, and live on, but then, obviously there's somebody that's just missing in the room that's no longer there. And no, it's hard. Um, so it's more or less, you know, I think I've I lost my father 11 years ago. This it'll be this year. It'll be or it's gonna be 12 years. It was 2000. It was 2012, December 19th of 2012. When I lost my father, he was only 70. He was a big smoker. So I just suggest those of you who are heavy smokers, quit. Stick around for your family because it does suck when there's not family members around. My grandfather, he lived to 94, and he outlived his wife, he outlived his own son, and that had been hard for him. But it doesn't hit you until it gets closer. I guess you wonder like why you have certain mood swings and just what's making you sad. And uh, it would have been nice, and I hate how it affects me with others. Um, I'm gonna see if I could get through this video without um, getting emotional. I think I could do it. My granddaughter would have been two, and not seeing her running around, it just leaves a void in your heart. And regardless of you know being excited to be a grandpa, it's just the loss of what my daughter goes through. And yeah, so it's the holidays are bittersweet. It was Easter weekend. Today's Monday morning, the day after Easter. And I know it's about the resurrection of Christ and all that. But still getting together with family, the holidays, it's just really hard, sometimes in getting through that time. Uh I guess it hits everyone differently, but you know, it was like I said for me, it was just like a bittersweet. Like my grandfather, he looked behind my shoulder. He was he was a machine mate, second class. Um, he was so he basically would operate or he would fix boilers. He would fix whatever pumps, heaters, elevators, um, whatever. I guess whatever needed fixing on the Navy ship. And I guess that was his background training, to get into the HVAC world. Um, but yeah, it was actually different times. You talk to people. I mean, obviously, when someone was 94 years old, you kind of know that it's more expected. Unfortunately, when they do pass, even though it is sad, regardless of what the age is, especially if it's someone that raised you, and there's so many. Everyone has their circumstances with their own families and personal life. Not one story would be the same. You could feel the same heartache or pain from loss, and it's just trying to be sorry, trying to be transparent and not get into too much details, but you know, having that loss of my granddaughter, that was really hard, very hard, and that pain of emptiness or that void, it'll never go away. I feel it, you know, all the time. I know my wife, she has lost as well. She lost a son 20 some years ago, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong about that. It's been many years. Yeah, I think that's about, no, that's correct. I think it's been 22 years. And it's the same for her. Um, I obviously didn't know what that felt like, to that degree, losing a parent versus losing a child. My case is a grandchild. That pain is it's definitely greater um, with her losing my granddaughter. That pain is definitely greater than losing my father. It's a different pain, I guess. Um, but I just, for those of you out there who are, you know, dealing with these things, I know it's part of life. And then when people have, I'm a man of faith and all that, and I tell you what, I would love to for someone to tell me why, why that happened, and they'll tell me there's a reason. Because what did we do for that? What did my daughter do? You know, and my daughter's father, you know, my daughter's, you know, partner. What did they do to deserve that for loss? Nothing. They didn't deserve that. So you try to tell me there's a reason. There's a reason. I would love to know what reason it is. I don't care what. I don't even give a crap if you're a priest or a pastor, and you tell me there's a reason. I think that's a crock of shit. There is no. I don't. There's no reason for this, for that to happen. And it just goes through my mind. This loss. And anyone out there that has, you know, dealt with loss, um, that is, I believe, almost in the same year. Within a year, it was I lost. It was my aunt, my uncle, and that might have been after. I have to look at the dates. Because my brain is just so clouded. But there was 3 losses. My uncle was only 69. You know, he was like the last man of my family that I was able to talk to. And there's obviously so many answers that I still don't know. I mean, so many things answers that my father could have answered that I come across and be like, I pick up the phone and call my dad. Those days when you call your parent, don't text them, call your parent. So I, I'm just gonna say just a little short thing real quick. As far as like, if you think texting your parent is a convenience, You know, I'm just gonna say, pick up the phone and call them. The world is coming around where people are no longer getting. It just feels less impersonal. Just a text. Oh, hi mom, how are you? By a text, or hi dad. You know, while they're still alive, pick up the phone and call them because you don't know when that day you're not going to even be able to call them or hear their voice, but you rather text them. And that's one thing that just irritates the shit out of me. I like calling and hearing my family's voice. My mom is still alive. I call her, call my sister. I know that we had two close calls with her, and she's still around. She's still alive, and I personally rather hear her voice versus seeing a word or saying, "Hey, what's up?" You know, we try to talk as much as possible. But yeah, it's the holidays are hard. Loss sucks, and I just kind of wanted to share, you know, kind of like how just kind of memory stuff, little things that will, you know, spark up a memory. The little things, that you memorize, not memorize. Man, that's not the word I'm trying to think of. It's just really, like I said, I know, because we got you got Thanksgiving, then you get hit with Christmas, then you get hit with New Year's, and then you get hit with Easter, and not counting birthdays. But it's like from here, at least there's like a few months where you can actually like. It's not that you don't want to not think about not think about them, but it just you never forget. I guess there's not a time. There's always it's all the time. 'Cause I guess we have you know kind of like a sentimental corner hutch. With my wife's her son and like our granddaughter. Um, I got a picture of it's my grandfather, my father, and me. It's like one of the last pictures. The three of us were together, and I see that every day. You just I'm not trying to make a depressing video. I'm just trying to make a we're all human, and just know that you're all not alone. There's a lot of us out there that are grieving, and you could grieve forever, and that's okay. There's no time frame. There's zero time frame. It's. I know we've gone out for Father's Day. That's hard. I've seen like look like it was three generations. It's like okay, that's his dad, and then that's his dad. You know, so I'm making an assumption, but I see the different ages. I'm guessing it's something. Maybe it's an uncle. Who knows what it is? But you know, you want to make that last as long as possible. I know there are people out there they lose their parents very young age, and I couldn't even imagine. I guess I was grateful to at least be able to, I guess, have my father until he was 70. Um, he had heart issue. He has heart stuff going on when he was actually 45, and I was in my late 20s, and that was a scare. So I could have been that person that could have lost his father at a younger age. Um, the old man wouldn't stop smoking. 3 packs a day. I don't care what you inhale and put in your lungs, but if you want to try to live a longer life, and you know you want to, leave a legacy or be around family to a certain age. Um, I mean, at least I guess I have my daughters, and I would think that you know they would probably want me to be around as long as possible, and so I'm just gonna take the steps and be able to do that. So all right, well, I just I don't want to be depressing, but it's kind of just like something that's just on my mind. I want to talk about and um, just kind of share my own personal stuff. We all have our issues. We all have our problems. Just because it doesn't matter how thick your wallet is, how much money you have. You know, I know there's a lot of people out there complaining about everything in the world and all that. At the end of the day, does all that really even matter? Like, to that degree, we all have the opportunity to get out of those kinds of financial positions if you want to talk about money. And yeah. So on that note, I'm just kind of just speaking what I went through and what I go through. When different times come up, the holidays, and it does get a little sad. You know, if you watch this video all the way to the end, I do have some really good news. Um, I'll save that for another video though. But if you heard that part, leave a leave a comment and like, Eddie, what's the good news? And maybe I'll share that with you. But I was told some really good news yesterday. And it made me very happy. So, yeah. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.